He's finally here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Bobb French, everybody. Mr. Bobb French does not like to be held, as you can tell from that footage. It's funny though, because Bob sleeps with me every night. Though that sounds weird. Bobb French, the cat, sleeps with me every night. And he's like right next to me. So he's like, oh my gosh, they're both over here. So Bobb French is cuddlier than Custard in the sense that he wants to be near you, but actually Custard is better to be picked up. I can like pick up Custard, walk around with him, and he's totally cool about it. Whereas a Bobb French is like, no, don't pick me up. Don't, no, be next to you. Yeah, pick me up. No. So we're officially a 2-cat household, and let's just rewind it back to the tale of Bobb French. If you haven't already watched the original video, we adopted from Egypt, that was about Custard, Mr. Bob Custard. So he's the first cat, and in the video, just a general recap, basically Custard stole Bob's identity and came here as Bob. And when we found out that the real Bob was still in Egypt, I had to get him. I felt like we needed to help our boy out, and he's finally here. Why are you licking the bed? So if you guys have been following along at all on Instagram, you saw that we adopted Bob Custard in November, and soon after that I found out that Bobb French, the real Bob, was still in Egypt. So we started the process of seeing if we could bring him over. So of course that involves getting the FIV-FeLV test, which he was negative, which means he could actually live with Custard. And from there it was just like, honestly, 4, maybe even 5 delays. Either flights getting canceled because of COVID. I mentioned in one of my update videos, he had some dental issues, so that canceled one of his flights. And then he was supposed to fly over, we were all ready, and then something happened with his bladder. He had some bladder issues, so he couldn't fly. And then something else happened and he was supposed to come, but he had a cold. So it was just like one thing after another. And obviously when they're in the shelter there, it is harder for them to make a recovery being around so many other animals, and they're just not getting the proper medical care that they need. So eventually we made the call at the end of January. He wasn't totally over his cold yet, but we decided, like, let's fly him over now, because the longer he's there, the worse it's gonna get. So on January, I think it was the 31st, my friend Steph drove me to the airport. Bless you, Steph. And we picked up Bobb French. Unlike Custard, who was being fostered, not that he spent much time in foster here in Canada, he was here for like a week or so before I got him. But Mr. Bobb French, we got him fresh from Egypt, so he came over in a crate, a literal wooden crate. A bunch of the other cats had like their regular plastic crates, and I'm like, where's Bob's crate? And they're like, it's this wooden box because the shelter is broke and doesn't have money to give them plastic crates. So, I mean, better for the environment. After all this, Bob is finally home. He is tiny. Like, his pictures, he looks like he's like an alien lion cat, and in his pictures he looks like he's gonna be big, and he's got these like big manly paws, but he's tiny. And I think he was malnourished and just like never got to grow into those paws, because Custard, who is not even that big, is like easily double his size. So we're gonna get him well fed, well loved, and I'm super excited for his glow up. It's already in progress. Like, he already looks so much better than when we got him. He was so dirty. We gave him like 3 baths and he was still like, the water was running brown. It was so gross. I also shaved his tail because that was probably one of the dirtiest parts. So if you see him walking around with a dumb tail, that's why. And yeah, if you want to follow along with the Double Bob, the Bob Squad, they are on Instagram as Bob and Bob, B-O-B-B, and A-N-D, Bob, B-O-B. That was something. Okay. I'm just posting their nonsense antics, and yeah, thanks for following along with this journey. And my PSA to anyone thinking about getting an animal, obviously do your research, make sure you can look after them, but definitely adopt if you can. These 2 guys needed a home, and I feel like everything kind of happened for a reason. They came together and they're here now. And I think Coco's looking down on us and is very happy and proud that we've taken in 2 cats to look after, to give them the best life possible. Anyways.